First case is a case of a standard phacoemulsification using my standard technique for capsulorhexis. And with fusion phaco, you don't have to change what you normally do. And you can implement this technology as you feel comfortable and use it for different parts of the surgery as you become more and more comfortable. Now, after a while, after you get comfortable with it, you'll find that it is very safe, but more efficient than your standard peristaltic pump. And so the benefits of having both pumps available becomes another tool in your surgical armamentarium. So as you can see here now, the capsulorhexis is done, hydrodissection is done, and I'm purely Venturi at this point. You can see there's no aspiration on the shown here. And so my standard technique is a horizontal quick chop. And I got a fairly reasonable chop there. And I use my phaco probe really as a point of countertension, and I don't really impale the nuclear fragments significantly. But once I get my chop in, I'm able to use the pump, and you can see how quickly and efficiently the piece is emulsified. The other thing to notice here is there's very little chatter, and because of the FX handpiece, you get the benefit of the pump, which is efficient, but also the tip is also very efficient. And so both these together are synergistic, allowing for rapid and safe removal of nuclear fragments. The other nice thing about using a Venturi pump is you don't have to go fishing for fragments around the eye. The pieces simply come to the tip. Now, with any phaco technique, I always recommend having a second instrument behind your phaco probe just to prevent the bag from coming up, because sometimes that can be unpredictable. In our teaching institution, it's standard practice for us to tell the residents to always keep their second instrument behind the probe to make sure that you don't get any chamber bounce in the event of surge, which is quite uncommon with this technology. As you can see here, no real surge, sometimes, but I like to be a little on the careful side. Now, with respect to IA, again, using the Venturi pump is efficient because you don't have to go fishing for a lot of the cortical material. The other thing is you don't have to have an occluded tip in order to generate vacuum. And so the removal is more efficient. I find it's most efficient when actually removing the OVD, because you do not have to go behind the IOL to remove any OVD, thereby being a little more predictable in having less pressure spikes day one. The other thing is with the use of toric lenses, you want to make sure that you remove all the OVD from behind the lens, because if there is any retained OVD, it can change the possible lens position and lead to errors in toric IOL alignment. Here I'm injecting a ZC Boo lens and placing the haptics within the capsular bag. Now onto viscoelastic removal. You can see here still just in Venturi. There's only vacuum shown on the screen here. And sticking in the middle, you get very high amounts of vacuum, but the chamber stays very, very stable. And I move around a little bit just to make sure I'm removing all my dispersive viscoelastic. And that's about it. Come out of the eye and call it a day for this case.